Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know I've been posting on here kind of very sporadically, and the content always changes, not necessarily arcade machines and stuff like that. This is another comic book one. I've recently got back into comic books, so I've been enjoying that, been getting some of my childhood collection graded from the late 80s to the early 90s, and that's what this is. I got back from CGC, another box of graded comics. There are 8 comics in here. Don't know what I got them numbers I got yet. I didn't look that online, so you'll see with me. I don't expect them to be super high grade, but I'm hoping none of them are like in the 7s. They're not super old. They're 80s, 90s, 30 years old. I guess that's pretty old. But yeah, let's see what we got. So, and just an FYI, I am posting comic book content on TikTok now. If you're a TikTok person, I know it's kind of crazy, but do a lot more content on there, but it's all comic book related. So that's my username on there is the same as on here. Let's crack this open, and on the top I can see the the invoice. I'm going to take that out, put that away, and for a second. Alright, let's see. That's the front. Maybe the back, hopefully. Yep. So we'll show you the backs first. Pull these out. And these are all Spider-Man comics. They are the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man #1. I have 2 of those. Actually, I have more. But I have 2 of those sent in. They were actually polybagged. So they were in the bag. They take them out of the bag, obviously. And I had them pressed, because I guess there's a crease along the back a lot of times, so I have those ones pressed as well. So, but then also besides that, it was the 6 issues of Kraven's Last Hunt, which I love that story. If you've read it or heard about it, it's pretty cool. So let's see what we got first. I don't know what order they're in. I saw the #1 on the other side, so this we're going to be Kraven's Last Hunt ones first. There we go. Got a 9.6 on this. This is part 6, the final one. 9.6, that's a lot higher than I was expecting for this one, especially with the black on the sides. So that is pretty awesome. This is Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man, number 132. 9.6. So, very cool. Alright, let's see what the next one is. There we go. And this one, 9.4. This is Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man 131. So the way they went is they went like Amazing Web Peter, Amazing Web Peter, or something like that. So these were the 2 Peter ones. One of these is worth a decent amount of money. None of these are worth a crazy amount of money. But there's one with Spider-Man coming out of a tombstone. That one might not be the best grade. So we'll see, hopefully that one gets decent, but that's an awesome cover. That's the only one out of these that is worth maybe anything. There we go for this one. Oops. And we got a 9.4 on this one. This one's very cool. This is part 5. So this is Amazing Spider-Man. So very cool, 9.4. Kind of expecting 8s on some of these, so then get anything in the 9s I'm really happy with. Really crazy ad on the back for Meatloaf. It's very weird. Very cool. That's very cool. So 2 9.4s and a 9.6. And I'm guessing this is the next Amazing one. And we got a 9.4 on that as well. That one's very cool. Very cool cover. So this is Amazing Spider-Man 293, and the other one was 294. So down to these last 2 of the Kraven's Last Hunt. Be nice if I got 9.4, 9.6 on the one that's maybe worth some money. Let's see what this one is. So 9.2, this is the one that's most like wanted, and because of the cover, got a 9.2 on it. Still above the 9s. Happy with it. I'm happy with whatever I got, really, because I don't sell these. These are just for my personal collection, and I wanted to get these ones all graded so I can display them really cool. 9.2 on that. That one was Web of Spider-Man number 32. And then this is the final one in that series. I think this is the first part then. Yeah, this would be part 1. See? And we actually got a 9.8 on this. That is crazy. I did not expect 9.8s on any of these. Would have been awesome if the other one was a 9.8. But that is super cool. These are all ones I picked up and read when I was a kid. Back in, this series came out in the 80s. I don't know when it was, but this was in the 80s. 9.8 on that one. That was very cool. And then these next two are the amazing, not the amazing, but just Spider-Man number 1. These ones aren't worth that much at all, but I just wanted to get them graded, especially the polybagged edition. I don't know if they marked that on the label. I'll check that out in a second here, but let's see. Got a 9.8. I can see it through the back. And it does say polybagged edition on the label. So that's very cool. This was the direct market one. The next one's going to be the newsstand one. So let's see what we got on the final one. And we got a 9.8 on that also. That is pretty awesome. So 3 9.8s out of 8 books that I sent in, all above 9.0. The one that's worth the most money, potentially, I got the worst grade on. So that's just how it goes. But super cool. Very cool to have these graded and back in my collection and be able to display them in my comic book room. So thanks for watching my content here. Follow me here if you're not. Help me get up to like 1,500 subscribers or whatever they call them. Followers, I don't know. But yeah, thanks so much. And if you're into comic book stuff, go over and check me out on TikTok.